your future. And it talks about that in Jeremiah. In Jeremiah 29 verse 11, he says, for I know the plans that I have for you. Right? Not plans to harm you, but to do you good. Yes? God has your future in his hands?
Yes.
Yes. And so at the end of the day, when God decided, he said, okay, your future's in my hands. Yes, you see yourself struggling along. You see how much hard time you're having. It's hard, it's difficult, but God is going to do the work in you. He who started the work is going to finish it. He's going to finish it. And so at the end of the day, what I ended up learning is that in God, it took love. It took his love for him to invest how much he invested in me and in you. It took love. It took patience. Patience. Oh, la ti moun sa va faire nous crier. Bon Dieu demande patience. Même patience li gen pour moi ou même nan, c'est même ça demande. It's the same patience. Love. Love. Then patience. Right? And now it also takes for our parents to what? Have faith. La foi, right? So we're supposed to have faith in God, that God is going to do the work in you and me. We talk about Samuel. Samuel had a calling, right? A calling upon his life. We know that Hannah prayed and cried to God and said, God, I want a baby. I want to no longer be ashamed. And then Samuel decided he was going to come from heaven. God sent Samuel to Hannah as a gift. Do you understand that? What did I just say?
God sent Samuel
As a gift. And that gift is so precious, right? It's precious. And we understand that Samuel, all of a sudden, after his mother had him, went and brought him to Eli, right? He put it by Eli, and he left him in the temple. He said, do what you need because I said I'm going to give him as a sacrifice, right? Gave him to Eli and walked away. The only son she begged God for. But guess what? At the age approximately, the Bible doesn't exactly say, but at the age of, go ahead, 11. Approximately 11, very good. At approximately 11 years old, God started calling him, right? He's like, hey, Eli, is that you? You're calling me? He's like, no, son, I did not call you. And then on the third time, he said, hey, Eli, you know, you're playing games with me. I think you called me. He said, I didn't call you. He said, next time you hear that voice, say, here I am. Your servant is listening. And Samuel decided, and Samuel's like, who's that voice? And guess what? God worked with Samuel. He took him a mighty long way. And then he became the prophet, right? Prophet Samuel. And then he anointed 2 kings. 2 kings in the Bible. Take a guess who they are. Take a guess who they are. Huh? King what? King David, yes. King David's one of them. What's the other king's name? What's your dad's name? Saul. That's right. He had 2. He anointed 2 of them. And God used them for such a mighty work. When you have to anoint a king, it's a process. And you have to be seen in such a high level. Right? And so, guess what? He anointed 2 kings. 2 kings. And then, after that, you understand that God, what did he do? He took control over Samuel's life. Right? When I say Alex, what do you say?
Yes.
That's right. He answered to the call. He answered to the call. He said, yes, Lord. I'm willing. I'm able. I'm available to do your will. And God used Samuel. God took over his future. He did not see where he was going, but God took him that far. Because now we get to hear about Samuel. We talk about Esther, right? Did she think she was even going to be a queen?
No.
She didn't expect to be a queen. And she was able to help save an entire group of people. Who were they?
Jews.
The Jews. And he took her from being, who was her uncle or cousin? Mordecai. He used Mordecai, who was a servant, who was able to pray and stay in God's feet. He said, my child, you stay put, because the day that God is going to use you, he's going to take you far. And guess what? She was able to be a queen, and she was in higher places, in a palace. But guess what? You and me don't have to do that anymore. You know why? God sent us. Come a little closer, I gotta tell you. God already sent a son who's the king of kings. He came to die for the Jews, right? But then he came to die for us. And then after that, he said, we are princes and princesses. So do we need a castle to be a queen or a princess or a prince?
No.
That's right. No. You do not need that, because God already has your future lined up for you. And that's what my preach is about. Your future is in God's hands. Their future is in your hands, parents. You know why? Bon Dieu mette en main nous pour nous faire un travail extraordinaire. Même si bon si nous en bagage, même si nous pas parents, you not si moun yo, but fait un impact dans la vie quand même. Et pour prendre ouais produit fruit là. On prend ouais comment bon Dieu a utilisé tout ça que on te mette dans ti moun ça. Ti moun ça même rappelou, gon jour te dit on bagay ou te fait un bagay pour yo, y a songé. C'est ça qui a changé la vie yo. So you guys are the future. You guys ought to be obedient. Say it with me.
Obedient.
Have faith.
Have faith.
And be loving.
And be loving.
And that's your future. As long as you can do that, in God Almighty, He will do the work in you. Do you understand that? So may God bless you. And we're asking Papi Yves pour les venir, pour les prier pour you, for this generation. God bless you.